You represent some of the top players in sports and entertainment. One of those guys, a guy named Anthony Davis, requested a trade from the Pelicans, and by some executives and media types, was criticized by how it went down. What is your take of some of the fallout that happened from his request that ultimately led to him joining LeBron James with the Lakers?
Well, I think, to clarify, he stated his intentions, and his intentions were that basically, he felt his time was up, and he stated his intentions and felt like he wanted to do right by not only himself but the organization, to be able to then make a decision and make sure that they made the right decision for themselves, while also honoring, his intentions. That was seen different than what most would think, and in that it was taken a different way. But apparently what it looks like was he was just ahead of his time, because at that time the unpopular decision became popular this July, as we've seen guys pretty much move on who were under contract for multiple years to a destination that they wanted to be. They actually went in the office of executives. And I don't think that would be the norm going forward in our league, but it's okay in certain instances, and Anthony has a profound respect for Ms. Benson and the organization there, and as a man, he just felt like this was his time. Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the bottom of the ticker. I seen that Mr. Morris got an offer, 3 years, $40 million. Then I saw he had another offer, 2 years, $20 million. Then ultimately he ended up signing with the Knicks for 1 year, $15 million. But the ticker just says that he severed ways with you. Mm-hmm. So can you just kind of give us a snapshot of what took place there?
Yeah, I think you said it correctly. We had July 1, we had an offer, 3 years, $41 million, fully guaranteed, that we negotiated and advised him that this was a good offer to take. And ultimately he got on the phone with Lawrence and said that he was going to wait, and that he didn't want to take that. And then that's when they traded for
Lawrence Frank Clippers.
Yeah, that's when they traded for Mo Harkless. And once that happens, your market's going to drop down. And so then I was able to speak to the Spurs and talk about the possibilities there. And they said, well, it could be, but you have to we need to know, because there's some things we need to do. And so we correlated that and kind of mulled it over, and then ultimately, once the decision was made, and the biggest domino came off the board, he committed there, and they did some things. Once they got the verbal, they did some things, and ultimately, he changed his mind. And so, at the end of the day, like you said, things happen. You understand that. I understand the double standard that comes my way, and it's like this whole conspiracy. You see all these TV shows, and you see guys that are TV personalities, and they get on there and they talking about it. But I'm like,
he didn't want him to go to the Clippers because he didn't want to make it tougher on the Lakers and LeBron.
I'm like, that's the most absurd thing I ever heard. But again, they run with that, and I guess that's what gets the people talking and churning. But then as things started to unfold, and Marcus did an honorable thing, and so did Markieff. They kind of came out and said, hey, listen, guys, all those rumors and things like that are false. And so I respected them for that, and we still have dialogue. And so at the end of the day, as men, you are responsible for the decisions that you make. And he made a decision, and we had a conversation as men and decided to go our separate ways, and that's fine. That's in business, that happens sometimes. But people go crazy and make this, we hate each other. No, it's not like that. It's just that I'm advising you to do something, you disagree with it. We understand that, hey, this business relationship is not going the way we would like it to go, and so as men, you communicate and decide, okay, well, this is not what's best for us, and we go our separate ways. And I'm okay with that. And that's what transpired. But all the other stuff, you know. And again, I understand the double standard. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm mulling over. No, I get it. But I do wish that there was number one, a respect to call and say, hey, I'm just letting you know what I'm hearing. I just want to have a conversation. Whether you decide to side with me one way or the other, that's up to you. But at least you had the respect enough and the professionalism to call and say, hey, I just want to hear this side. And then the other side is when you do hear that it's not true or the facts finally do come out, to also have the respect enough to get on that same platform that you use to talk down or to try to drive a specific narrative and say, you know what, guys, I was wrong. This is what took place. We reported it wrong. I was wrong. They're not going to say that. So I understand that, and that's just the business that we're in, but whatever, we move on.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.